good morning, good afternoon, CIU Nation. This is Kavala International University Podcast, CIU. I'm here, this is Dr. Williams, and I'm here with Phoenicia. Phoenicia, our student, also slash faculty assistant. She's doing so much now for the university. Of course, Venetia also has a PhD, has a doctoral degree, and she's finishing. Giving a second career in the law, and even though she has a LLM, she's doing a JD. She went the other way. Usually we do JD and do LLM and then JSD, but she's doing the JSD with us in 25. Next semester should be a L3, third year student, so she's finishing pretty soon. Anyway, so Kavala Nation, we are discussing today about most time the generation that actually attend law school. These are people that young people that have connection out of the parents having a law firm already, or they have connection. They know directly what they're going to do. Some people are just born in a legal family. They just know what they're going to do. So they have been put for kindergarten. Their whole life course has been planned. They go through elementary school, high school, junior high school, and then college, and then law school. They know exactly what they're going to be doing. And sometime by 24 or late 20s, they are done. Most of the late 20s, they are done with law school and they have jobs. They have the connection. They have the founded law firm. And some have the connection, so they're all with big law and other things. And so those, of course, they already have the direction. Then we have a lot of other young people in it that want to go to law school, and they have a lot of financial burden, other things, because they don't come from such family, wealthy family, or people that are already practicing law, but they look at law as a career that they like to pursue. Those that take loan and they got to be harder for them. There are a lot of lawyers out there that experience a lot of difficulties because either they don't make the right connection, they don't have a lot of jobs, and other things happen, but they go through the system. Eventually, it kind of even out there. If they keep working at it, they get to be successful. But this podcast, Kavala Nation, is actually our fault. We want to focus on those that the second option, or second generation, or those that are looking at law school as a second option. They have, like Venetia, she has a doctoral degree, but she wants to study law. She also studied law. We have quite a few people like that didn't go to law school from immediately after high school or the bachelor degree when they're law school. They pursue other career and then they came to law school. Do you think that's a good thing people should even consider? Venetia, what do you think? I want to have you ask you to discuss that. What's your take on that?
Oh, thank you, Dr. Williams, for giving me this opportunity to explain myself. I believe that students should consider law school. I think if you have a dream or goals or aspirations, it's also on your bucket list. I think you should have that opportunity to excel and to achieve the goals that you want. And law school is where you want to be, especially when you want to become a lawyer, a judge. You may want to become a barrister, a solicitor. You may want to practice outside the country, outside the United States, or anywhere throughout the world, the nation, and being able to apply yourself and knowing that once you become a law student at Cavalli University, you will learn so much. And not only that you will learn a lot from the law school and from our wonderful faculty, you will also engage in so many interactions and networking and being able to fulfill those dreams and becoming a wonderful law student.
Yeah, so we thank people. That's good. People that want to pursue law school should go to law school, and of course, maybe they have children up to 6, 6, 7. They can start to go to regular school. Then they have time to go back to school. At the time, some of them are already in the early 30s, and some are early 40s. But I mean, there's still a lot of opportunity out there. Other career that you practice because law makes you to think critically and other things. You research a lot of things you learn in law school that can also still help them to succeed in law. So if you didn't go to law school up to 30, it doesn't mean that you can't go to law school. You can't go to law school, or if you have a career, if that has been your dream, like Venetia said, you should still pursue your dream. Of course, one thing that concerns such people will be the cost. So law schools generally cost so much, And, 150, 200,000, 300,000, when you add the cost of living and other things, it can be where the price can go up very high. But usually I like to take the medium, like 200 or 250. So, that can create a lot of stress, that create a lot of depression for people. What do you think about that? Should I prevent them from going to school, or they should seek other options that are available that will help them to study law still?
I believe that there's a lot of options out there, financial options. There's a lot of scholarships out there. There's a lot of grants out there. You can also go to your nonprofit organizations who volunteer to you. If you volunteer, they also give you stipends or credits to help you to pay for law school. You also have your job tuition reimbursement. You can ask about tuition reimbursement. And at Kavala, it's affordable. Not only that it's affordable, you will not have to worry about having a heavy burden on you once you graduate to worry about, I have to pay this large $200,000, $300,000 loan, where that's not even a fraction of that, not even half of it. And also the flexibility of the cost is also reasonable because, and including myself as a law student here, am paying monthly, flexible. The flexibility of paying is for paying for law school is affordable here, and I do not have to worry about the burden of having a lot of financial debt when I graduate from law school.
Yeah, and that is important to note, because think about 200,000 or more. I mean, if you know that and you're one of the young people that go exactly know what you're going to do, you're going to for sure going to get a job. You're going to work with a big law. You got all these other law companies that are available for you with the right connection, and a few that don't have this connection and waiting to excuse me, work harder, to find the right place to work. Young people, you can still go to regular law school, and most young people are doing it. The thing is, there are a lot of lawyers out there that are pretty depressed, don't have jobs, and it takes a long time for them to find something. And even if they have their own practice, people don't pay. They have clients who pay the retainer, and after clients stop paying, after the case is over, or midway during the case, something happened, is about to be settled. So there are other things, that cause a lot of depression, long hours of work, and other things. But I mean, but
And also,
law itself is very enjoyable profession. And we taking the financial part out, you can really enjoy it and still have a fruitful means to do different kind of work. You don't have to really practice only the other works you can do. People value the fact that you went to law school and you have the background credential. Go ahead, Anisha.
and also, Dr. Williams, what I want to add as well is when you graduate from law school at Cavalli, you will not have so much of a burden debt on you to worry about. And the good thing is, too, when you go to other schools or brick and mortar schools where you paying $200,000 or $300,000, you're not. When you graduate, it doesn't mean that you're going to jump out there and go into a law firm, or you have to find your way through the legal system to understand what type of job you're looking for. You're not going to, sometimes it's not just, you're not going to just jump to a law firm and say, I'm going to be a part of this firm since I got my law degree. There's a lot of steps and other obstacles that you still have to cross after law school. You still have to take some of the bar examinations, or probably across the nation that may offer bar examinations. You may have to specify other requirements to get to that point. But when you're at Kavala, you're not spending so much money, and you're not having that financial obligation to say, I have to pay back a $200,000 or $300,000 loan, because it's important to understand that I know life throws curveballs at us. It's not going to always be, I'm going to jump out here and, I'm going to be this lawyer and I'm going to make this money. It's not that easy. It's a process. Everything is a process. So when you graduate, you have to network, understand. Also, it's good to internship
Mhm.
while you in law school. Try to internship so you can get to know where you want to be, and that's another good opportunity because sometimes when you internship any other type of organization or where you want to be, look for that internship because you may, after graduation, they may want to just take you on and say, hey, this is what you got to meet for our requirements, and you can, continue on and become that lawyer or what you want to study.
Right. Well, that's pretty important, developing the skill, the proper skill. In fact, that's a new Gen X, law that direction law schools are going now. So basically, we're not discouraging you from going to your traditional law school. You can go if you want to go. Just consider the cost. We're just saying there are other options available that you may need to look into if you don't have very high chance of getting employment. We want to say that even at Cavada, we nurtured our students. We just don't ask them, teach them the Socratic method. We nurture them to know the law explanation, the skills and practice, and other things necessary. We try to put them there. So, there are always other options out there if you really want to fulfill a dream. There are other things means you should look into. Don't just look into only the bricks and mortar schools. There are options that could benefit you. Thank you very much, Renisha, for this, Ms. Johnson, for this podcast. And here we again encourage others to pursue law, but not just because you want to be rich, just because you want to study it and you actually enjoy the profession and you love to serve people, to help people. So then that should be a good motivating factor. So thank you so much for the addition of the episode to our listener. We end here and we see you on our next episode. Thank you so much, and Ms. Johnson.
Thank you.